Okay, fourth graders, today we're continuing on in our, can you believe it, it's our second to last lesson of Module 2. Module 2 is super short. It's a mini module, okay? And it was kind of like a mini module all about measurement, okay? Do you guys see how it's kind of related to what we were talking about in Module 1 with place value, right? And regrouping and things like that? Because as we're learning about these units of measurement, we've had to regroup and group them, and that's what a simplifying strategy is called, right, Sparsh? Yes, good. Today we're doing Eureka Math Lesson 2.4, Module 2, Lesson 4. And as you can see from the learning goal, we are going to use everything we've learned about metric units so far to explain how different units are related. We've learned about metric units of length. What's the basic unit of length? Haruto? Meters, good. We've learned about mass. First of all, what's another word for mass? Garrett? Weight. And what is the basic unit of weight in the metric system? Sornima? Grams, good. And yesterday we learned about capacity, or how much space something takes up. Capacity, or how much something can hold. What is the basic unit of capacity? Sparsh? Liters, right? That's what you said? Good. It kind of rhymes with meter, so it can be hard to hear. Good. Okay, so we're going to see how these different things are related. Now, we also talked about different words we can tack on to the front of words like meter, grams, and liters, right? To make it a bigger unit or a smaller unit. And we're going to talk about that today, too. We've learned so far that mass is measured in grams, length is measured in meters, and capacity is measured in liters. And we've also learned that there are these words that we can tack on to the front, like kilo, centi, and milli. Yes? Now, if we think of our basic grams, or our basic unit as, grams, meters, as 1, is a kilo, as I move this way, is it getting bigger or smaller? Is the unit size getting bigger or smaller? Bigger or smaller? Everyone, show me with your hands. Bigger or smaller? Bigger, good. Because 1 kilogram, or 1 kilometer, or 1 kiloliter is equal to 1,000 grams, meters, or liters. Do you guys agree? So it's getting bigger as it moves over there. Now what's happening as I move it this way? It's getting smaller. Good, because 1 gram, 1 meter, or 1 liter is equal to 100 centigrams, centimeters, or centiliters. Do you see how I could add that in front of everything? Or 1,000 millimeters, 1,000 milliliters, or 1,000 milligrams. Good, okay? So what I love, and it's getting smaller on this side. So what I love about the metric system is those words, centi, milli, kilo, it's the same no matter if you're talking about mass, length, or capacity. Does that make sense? Okay, we've seen that over the past 3 days, yes? Let's imagine for a second that this units place right here is the ones place. What place would this one be? Tens. And how would it be getting bigger or smaller? Bigger. Just like as I move over here, the value is getting bigger. It would be getting 10 times bigger over here, right? 10 times bigger. Another 10 times bigger here. And another 10 times bigger here. So from the unit to kilos, how many times bigger is it getting? 10 times 10 times 10, which is? 1,000. How much bigger is 1 kilogram compared to 1 gram? Cool. We can see that the metric system of measurements is set up just like the place value system. As you're moving one space over to the left, it gets 10 times bigger. One more space to the right, it's getting 10 times bigger. When you move one space to the right, it's getting 10 times smaller. So when we think of the metric systems, we can just think it's exactly like the place value system. And that's why kilo is 3 spaces over to the left. Centi is 2 spaces over to the right, because that's how many times smaller? 100, because 10 times 10 is 100, right? And then milli is 10 times 10 times 10, 3 spaces to the right. So how many times smaller is it? 1,000. Good. When we want to compare, just like when we add and subtract, we need to have the same kinds of units. Do we have the same kinds of units right now? No, because we have milliliters only on the left, but on the right we have liters and milliliters. So we have to convert the right-hand side to only milliliters. We know that 72 liters is the same as 72,000 milliliters. So that amount is the same as 72,760 milliliters. Yes? So now we have to compare. Which one is 724,706 greater than, equal to, or less than 72,760? Everyone? Greater than. And then this becomes like what we were doing in Module 1 when we were comparing two numbers. Yes? It tells us to order the amounts from smallest to greatest. Right away, you should note in your head, what do you think some mistakes are? Sometimes people will do really good work, but they might go greatest to smallest, right? So note in your head, you have to go from smallest to greatest. Now, are we ready to compare? No, because we have meters here, we have meters here, we have kilometers here, and we have centimeters here. We need to get them all to the same unit. Now, we need to get them all to the smallest unit, right, in order to compare. So what is the smallest unit we have here? Centimeters. So this one is good to go. We don't have to touch that one yet. Let's take a look at the next one, which is the first one. If I have 7,256 meters, I know that there are 100 centimeters in 1 meter. So I have to take this and multiply it by what? To get the number of centimeters. How many centimeters are in 1 meter? 100. So I have to multiply it by 100. Good. Which is? How do the digits shift on the place value chart when I multiply by 100? To the left, how many times? 2. Okay, so go ahead and do that. What would you get? You would get 725,600 centimeters. Just because that was in Module 1, does that mean we forgot that already? No, everything in Module 1 adds into Module 2 and Module 3. So we're going to carry this information with us all through the year. Now, for the next one, we have kilometers and meters. So we have to first put that only into meters. How many meters are in 7 kilometers? Everyone? 7,000, right? So altogether, we have 7,246 meters. But we want to put that into centimeters. So how do I convert from meters to centimeters? I have to multiply by
100.
How many centimeters are in 1 meter, Zara?
100.
Okay, if you forget, you have your conversions written in the back, but you need to review that and you need to memorize that. So just like we did on top, we can do 7,246 times 100, which is 724,600 centimeters. So now we can compare, because now we have centimeters here, and centimeters here. So which one is the smallest, since we're going from smallest to greatest? Which one is the smallest? Varshini?
124,600.
Good. And I can show that that is less than, what's the next one? Anshul?
7,446.
Huh?
No, wait.
And of course we use the same comparison sign to show that that is less than 725,900. Whenever we're ordering numbers from greatest to smallest or smallest to greatest, I told you this before, please write the comparison signs. Okay?